All right. Alderman McKinnon, are you online?
I am.
Okay, at this time, we'll go into the public portion. Anyone wishing to address the board may do so. Please state your name and address for the record.
Yes, good afternoon, Jared Bloom, 24 Fairfield Avenue, Connecticut. I guess we're going to skip the roll call again.
Yes.
So, I'm looking at, the furniture that Sheldon purchased, what was $35,000 from Stanford? What, a couple of months ago? It's collecting dust. I don't know what you have planned for it, but it's not doing anything with it. I saw something today in Shelton I have never seen before. Lived here for over 20 years. I saw a discarded 1cc IV needle on the ground. Sidewalk. Never saw that before. Okay, once again, Riverview Park needs paving. I assume no deadline has been set, so I doubt if it will ever get done. There is an issue here in town where people, well, we all want more. However, people want more land than they have. And this is an issue which I hope you can all resolve. A neighbor of mine has placed no parking signs on his lawn in front of his house, claiming it is private property. And will have any vehicles parked there towed away. So I came down to City Hall yesterday and spoke to Mr. Rossetti and a whole bunch of people. And actually had to confer with the police on this, and Attorney Teodoso I spoke with as well. And we are uncertain as to the boundaries in front of these homes that people claim is theirs. I was told a land surveyor would have to do this. And this is not the only instance. A couple of other homes have similar signs in front of their house. Typically, it's not a big deal, but, well, anyway. It'd be good if they could resolve this with ascertaining whose property is what, because the property I parked on, to me, was an easement. Telephone pole, a fire hydrant. It certainly appeared to be public, well, town property to me. Okay, oh, by the way, the fraudsters are at it again. Chili DeCastro's in jail in Nevada. I know this is not a town issue, but I keep bringing it up, and like I keep saying, it's only going to be a matter of time before they come here and just create a scene and controversy and try to sue the town. So, Mayor Loretta has chosen not to issue an executive order as Schenectady, New York did last year with effect. And Long Island all knew this. Sean Paul Reyes, by the way, and went there to get arrested. I posted this on his YouTube channel. Crime pays on YouTube if you have a channel. And no one seems to be doing much about it. One final thing then. New legislative news. So you want to prohibit pot stores. Okay. I don't know why, it's all around us. Just think of the revenue they bring in with taxes. Which is another thing. I understand you're raising taxes, You intend to raise taxes? 35 grand for furniture is just sitting here, and you wanna raise taxes. Okay, well, I'm opposed to the ordinance prohibiting cannabis establishments. Shouldn't really be an issue. The state embraced it. Just think of the revenue you could bring in with the taxes on this. And you not have to raise taxes after all. Okay, thank you.
Anyone else wishing to address the board?
Good evening, Mayor Larry, Board of Aldermen. Thank you guys for your time tonight. My name is Brian Essenter. I'm a resident of Monroe, but I'm a business owner. And I spoke at the planning and zoning meeting a couple of weeks ago about the cannabis prohibition that we're looking to do. My concern is we are a manufacturing company. We are not retail sales. We are not cultivation. And the original agenda for the planning and zoning meeting was to prohibit retail sales. That turned into prohibiting all cannabis establishments, which this is looking to do as well. So we are not anybody that is looking to sell retail or anything like that. We're not growing anything. We'd simply be manufacturing, which to my understanding is something that this town is interested in and based on. And I just want to make sure that we keep that clear and at the front of our mind when we're thinking about this. I don't think that was quite as clear at the planning and zoning meeting as to what our intentions are and the type of business that we're looking to provide. We would be providing jobs. There would be, tax revenue and everything that would be coming from that, not quite the same as what would be super significant, but it would be local jobs and such that would be in the town as well. So just want to make sure that everybody's aware of that. And before we make any votes tonight on eliminating everything and businesses that are not going to be, very in your face, advertising everything that the town is concerned with. So thank you for your time.
Okay. Anyone else wishing to address the board? Hearing none, seeing none, I'll close the public portion and we'll move on with the regular agenda. The first item is the minutes for approval. Item 1.1, the Board of Aldermen regular meeting of March 14th, 2020.
Move to waive the reading and approve the minutes of the regular meeting of the Board of Aldermen, March 14, 2024.
Second.
Motion is made second. Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Are there any opposed? Motion carries. Item 5.1, Finance Committee, there are no items. Item 5.2, Public Health and Safety Committee, there are no items. Item 5.3, Street Committee, there are no items. I have nothing to report at this time.
Nothing to report for the Vice President.
Okay, legislative old items for public hearing, there are none. Item number 7, financial business old, there are none. Item number 8, financial business new, is 8.1, and that is April statutory refunds.
Move that the report of the tax collector relative to the refund of taxes for a total amount of $5,093.84 be approved, and that the finance director be directed to make payments in accordance with the certified list received from the tax collector with funds to come from statutory refunds account. So moved.
Second.
Motion is made second. Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Are there any opposed? Motion carries. Item 8.2 is the waiver of bids for the purchase of a Flexa camera for the sewer department.
Move for the recommendation of the finance director to waive the bidding process for the purchase of FlexTrax camera for the sewer department.
Second.
Motion is made and seconded. Any discussion?
It seems to me that the value of this FlexTrax camera is, it totals up to $84,550. So I did a little extra looking at it, and it appears that it was proposed as a sole source, which it really isn't a sole source, but it is the service. It's a problem with the service. It's a services is by geographic area, and there's only about 6 providers in the country. So that's the thing that seems to be driving, the waiver, the request for the waiver. And, when these cameras are needed, and the service is needed, they're not working, you need somebody to get here so you can get into the pipes and find out what's wrong and clear it up. So it seems like it may be a high amount, 84,000, but it seems like it has merit.
Any other comments? I wouldn't disagree with any of that. All those in favor?
Aye.
Are there any opposed? Motion carries. Item 8.3 is the rescission of item 8.5 from 12/14/23 Board of Aldermen meeting and the reappropriation of funds for the Pine Rock Park Firehouse roof replacement.
Move to rescind item 8.5, funding for Pine Rock Park Firehouse roof replacement passed at the December 14th, 2023 meeting. And further, move to add the Pine Rock Park Firehouse roof replacement, those 2 words, roof replacement, are added to the capital improvement plan in an amount of $49,000, with funding to come from the LoSiP and $25,750 to come from American Rescue Plan Act funds. So moved.
Second.
Motion is made and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Are there any opposed? Motion carries. Item 8.4 is the over expenditure for the Registrar of Voters Office, April 2nd, 2024 primary and early voting.
Move pursuant to Charter Section 7-10, 7-10, parentheses B, to approve the over expenditure of the following Registrar of Voters accounts for the April 2nd, 2024 primary and early voting expenses through the end of fiscal year 2023-24.
Rather than read the accounts, let's just reference the sheet that's in front of you. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 accounts that are included in the over expenditure. Is there a second?
Second for discussion.
Discussion.
I think this was a complete waste of time, and the taxpayers' money. Voting should be just on one day, and it doesn't have to have this kind of, we had almost no one turn out. We had 5 or 6 people tied up because of it, including the registrar of voters. Very, very poorly thought out by our state legislature.
Any other discussion?
Actually, I don't think it was the state legislatures that thought it out. That was the problem. They turned it over to the Secretary of State. That's her responsibility.
Thank you.
She didn't think it out.
Thank you. None of them thought of it.
None of them thought it out.
Well, there are some states that allow you to waive the primaries if there's no contention. And unfortunately, Connecticut is not one of those states.
But we're gonna have more of this same thing coming for November, where you can vote ahead of the day of the election.
But the over expenditure authorization is warranted.
Oh, I absolutely gotta pay people for what they do, no problem with that. Talking about the process. Thank you.
I just have a question. Did Pete provide any figures for the over expenditures yet? For the,
He did not that I'm aware of, but I mean, he should have done.
So what we have normally done with this, we authorize the over expenditure of the account. We don't authorize a dollar amount. At the end of the year-end transfers, we make the adjustments that we usually make. There may be other, this may vary, these accounts may vary in other respects, dollar-wise.
thank you.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Are there any opposed? Motion carries. Item 8.5 is the funding for the special education school.
Move to appropriate $65,000 for renovations to the Perry Hill portable classrooms for special education program use with funding to come from American Rescue Plan Act funds. So moved.
Second.
Motion is made and seconded, discussion.
This is a very positive step forward, and it will result in some savings, just about how much, we're not sure. But it's a step in the right direction, it has the full cooperation of the mayor and the superintendent of schools that are making it happen. Thank God.
Gonna have the 65,000, just to rehab, repaint it, get it cleaned up, or what's the 65 gonna be used for?
No, the portable classrooms, went through a rehabilitation a few years back when we leased that property for a daycare. That obviously failed and didn't work, and we put a new roof on it. We repaired the bathrooms. This is, a lot of it is security. And tying into the Perry Hill School.
Especially.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You know, I will say that I am a little disappointed that it took them a whole year to get to this point. I did talk to them last year about doing this. In fact, I talked to the superintendent again about the possibility of expanding this type of an operation, probably to where the central offices are, and relocate the central offices. You know, to the, you know, as some of you know, we had a special education school in this city for years that was the envy of the state. And in some years, we would generate anywhere from $1.5 to $2 million in revenue from other students that came from other towns. So, you know, more now than ever, we need to get back to that model. And hopefully, I can get them off the dime and get them moving in that direction.
As he explained to me, the special ed programs that they're going to be putting in using must be on a school campus, existing school campus. You can't put them on where the administrative offices are. They looked into that.
Let me correct you, and as I corrected him, because and I'm not gonna let this go unnoted, that they could create a school there. They can move the central offices out of there and create a new school.
That was St. Margaret Mary School.
With mainstream programs along with special ed.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
So I'm not, look,
No,
I've been pushing this thing for a couple of years now.
yep.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Are there any opposed? Motion carries. Item 8.6 is the waiver of bids for the purchase of a 2013 Ford truck for highways and bridges.
Move for the recommendation of the finance director to waive the bidding process for the purchase of the used 2013 Ford F-250 truck for highways and bridges. So moved.
Second.
Motion is made and seconded. Discussion.
Is this,
As you know, we've done this before. We are buying these vehicles off of the administrative services from the United States government. And, you know, we'll have to send someone down to Maryland to pick it up. But, you know, the last time we did this, we bought 3 vehicles. And they're working out very well. You know, they may be 5, 6, 10 years old, low miles, in very good condition. The last time we bought a 2016 Ford Explorer, it had 8,000 miles. So, you know, this is at least up until this point proven to be very, very good for us. All those in favor?
Aye.
Are there any opposed? Motion carries. Takes us to item number 9. Item 9.1, items for public hearing. Item 9.1A is the proposed ordinance prohibiting all types of cannabis establishments and retail sales of cannabis or cannabis-related products within the jurisdiction boundaries of the city of Shelton. So this will go to public hearing, and the person that spoke in the public portion, it should be noted, this ordinance may get modified in some form or another to accommodate what you requested, and it may not. So just because it's presented in one form, don't know what it's gonna end up looking like. All right, item 9.2 is the appointment to the Water Pollution Control Authority.
move to appoint John Marsilio to the Water Pollution Control Authority effective immediately. John Marsilio, Democrat, 53 Federal Road, Shelton, his term expires December 13th, 2025.
Second.
Motion is made and seconded. Discussion. I just noted that Mr. Heller is still sitting in the seat. He didn't fall off, because he knows the individual, he knows what we have to deal with him. All in favor?
Hold on.
Motion carries.
Do we go on from the question? Do we vote on this?
Yeah. Don't worry, the clerk will correct me. Yeah, I think we have it there.
No, I just.
Okay, at this time, I'll entertain a motion to go into executive session and ask that the corporation counsel and administrative assistants also be allowed to come in.
So moved.
Second.
All those